Hello there my friends, hope you all are having a fantastic day right now. In this video, we shall be looking at what dictionaries are in Python and how we can effectively use these containers. And dictionaries are going to be the last containers that we are going to look at in this series. So let's get started. So dictionaries in Python are used to store an unordered collection of elements, which means to say that you cannot access the elements of a dictionary by using indices like we use in lists, tuples, or sets. Each element in a dictionary has a key and a value where the key is used to identify the corresponding value. It acts as a label to the value. So that's how we can define dictionaries, and now we shall be looking at how we can create a dictionary. So let me call my dictionary my underscore dict, and in order to create a dictionary, we use these curly braces just like sets, and inside these curly braces, we write the key value pairs. So my keys are going to be 1, 2, and 3, and my values are going to be 3 strings. So for the first key, the value is going to be the letter A, and for the second key, the value will be B, and for the third key, the value will be C. So this is a dictionary, and let's first print out this dictionary and see how it looks. Yeah, so this is the dictionary that we want, and that's how it looks. So now that we have created a dictionary, we can look at this small built-in function called dict, which is used to convert a list of lists into a dictionary. So let's for now comment out this line and define our dictionary in a different way. So my dict equals dict of a list of lists. So 1 comma A and 2 comma B. So what we have done here is we have taken a list containing two lists which have two elements each. So the first element of this inner list corresponds to the key, and the second element corresponds to the value of the key. And this built-in function converts this list of lists into a dictionary. So when you print this, you should see this dictionary getting printed. So that's how you can create a dictionary by using the dict built-in function. So now we can move on to look at the different operations that we can perform on dictionaries in Python. So let's just get rid of this line and uncomment this. So first let us look at how we can access the elements in a dictionary. So we have three elements here, and let's say we want to access B. And unlike the other containers that we have seen before, in dictionaries you use the name of the key instead of the index. So you would be using 2 here to access B. So let's just print this out. So B, that's just how it works. So now let's look at how we can add an element into a dictionary. So let's say we want to add a key 4 and a value D to the dictionary. It's as simple as it looks. All you have got to do is assign the key value with the new element, and it is going to be added. So when we print the dictionary, you should see the new element appearing at the end. This element is always added to the end of the dictionary. So that's just how adding elements in a dictionary works. So now I guess it's time for us to look at some dictionary methods which can be really helpful while using them. So the first one that we would be looking at is the pop method. So the pop method, as it suggests, is used to remove an element from the dictionary. So we could just write mydict.pop and could pass this key as a parameter to this built-in function. So mydict.pop2 removes B from the dictionary, and let's just print this out. So you cannot see B here, which means it has been popped out. So that's how pop works. And now let's look at a similar built-in function called pop item. So what pop item does is it does not take any parameters. It just removes a random element from the dictionary and returns the item. So we could just print this in order to get that item which it returns. So we have two print statements here. So it removed C and it removed this item from the dictionary, and now this is what the dictionary looks like. So it just randomly removes an item. So that's how pop item works. So the next built-in function that we'll be looking at is the values built-in function. So let's get rid of all of this and write dot values over here. So what values does is it returns the values of this dictionary. In this case, the values are A, B, and C, and it returns these three values. So let's just print it out. So you see this dict values A, B, C. So that's how this method works. And we can move on to the next method, which is called items. Items returns the individual items in a dictionary, like 1, comma A, 2, comma B, and 3, comma C as a tuple. So that's what it does. And as you can see here, 1, comma A, 2, comma B, 3, comma C, these are the tuples nested inside a list, and that's what the items method does. So the next method that we are going to look at is called the update method, and it is usually used to update an existing key with a new value, but it can also be used to add a new value. So it is kind of a really flexible function. So let's look at that. So my dict dot update, let's say we want to change the value of the key 2 to D. So in that case, we'll be writing an update takes a list of values. So inside this list, we have a tuple containing the updated values. So 2, comma D. So this updates the dictionary and changes this B to this D. So when we print this dictionary, you should see the updated one. So as you can see, D has been printed instead of B, which means the dictionary has been updated. So let's add a new element into the dictionary by using the update method, say 4. So fourth key will have the element D. As you can see, a new value has been added into our dictionary. So that's enough built-in methods. So the last thing that we'll be doing in dictionaries is to check for membership. That is, if a value or an item exists in a dictionary. And for that, as usual, we'll be using the in keyword. So let's say first we want to check if a value exists in a dictionary. So I'll be taking the case of C and check if C exists. So it's really simple to do. Just write C in mydict.values. So we have already seen what dot values does. It just gives us the individual values in this dictionary, and all this does is it checks if C exists in that list and returns either true or false depending on that. So let's run this. True, which means C exists in a dictionary. Let's change this to D. False, because D does not exist. And in cases where you have got to check if the item exists in a dictionary, in that case we would be using dot items, which we have already seen. And in that case we would also have to change this. So this cannot only contain the value, but it should also contain the key. So it's a tuple containing the key followed by the value. So it should ideally return true and true, because 1A exists in the dictionary. And if you change this to something like 3A or 3D, it will return false, because it does not exist in the dictionary. So before ending this video, I would like to talk about two methods that you can also use on dictionaries, which you have already seen in the previous videos. And those two are del and clear. So clear is a method that is used to clear the whole dictionary, like the lists and sets and so on. You can use this on dictionaries too. And this del you can use to delete the whole dictionary. So del mydict would delete the whole dictionary. So I'll be ending the video here, guys. Bye for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.